We used to prepare as professionals. We used to prepare talking points, but then we never followed them, and we said like, "Why do we actually do it? Why do we actually do it?" And
It just end up in rants, doesn't it? That's the right.
yeah,
it's natural.
I either we're super amateurs or we're a mega professionals. One of those, but we never needed the talking points. So I'll leave it up to the audience to decide what is this.
I'm like sat there reading them and like, is this bit? No, okay, no, is this bit? No, okay, carry on.
Exactly. Okay, are we all recording? Are we all there? Okay,
what's our gimmick for this one?
Well, the gimmick.
The intro gimmick.
The gimmick. My face is always a gimmick. Zoom in with my face.
I'm gonna do up to 1 pixel on your nose, and it just.
Okay, pick up.
You liar!
Pick up the pixel. Let me. It's a 4K camera. Just pick up some pixel here, and so that's your gimmick for today's episode.
There's not enough time for it to zoom out.
I think people will be disappointed, but hey, exactly. That's the entire episode of my face. Anyways, it's episode number 6 of Pixel Slaves.
Pixel boys.
We did it for 6 weeks. What's happening? It's become serious. Oh my god.
It's serious. Okay? It's never serious. It's
never serious. I'm joking. But today with us is Anthony, aka SkarredGhost.
Yes.
We'll have an amazing what is this, cover image? Cover image. That would be a great cover image for that. You have a very iconic profile picture. I'm not sure whether you are aware of that or not, but you are never allowed to change that, okay? Because everybody knows you like that. And that's the truth of life. And where are you located right now? Tell us, Anthony. How are you?
I'm in Turin, Italy, which is my home city. So I'm here working remotely for my company until a few days ago I was in Helsinki for a trip for a VR event. So staying here and sometimes traveling like all of us, I guess.
Oh, we'll discuss all that. But before maybe can you tell a few words about yourself? What do you do? Because you are in VR for a long time. You do a lot of things. You are a voice of VR as well. You write a lot of blog posts, which I read gladly and gratefully. Tell us how did you get into XR? What brought you here?
Well, I guess probably some madness since we all stay in the field since a lot of time. Probably we are a bit crazy because we believe in this dream of VR. Notwithstanding, the VR is dying basically every 2 or 3 months, so we should be a bit crazy. Well, how it started, like many of us, we drew interest from gaming, from 3D worlds, etc., since a very young age. But really, I entered into the VR field in 2014 when, with a previous university classmate of mine, we wanted to experiment with new technologies. Where was the hype about Google Glasses, etc. And we bought the Google Glasses, and they were terrible. Sorry, Google engineers that are watching this video, but they're really like, no way.
No, I agree. I confirm.
They could only take pictures and nothing more. But after we were crying because all our dreams shattered the day that we tried the Google Glasses, my partner in crime said, oh, but I have a plan B. There is a thing called Oculus Rift DK2, and tomorrow I'm going to bring it to the office. And I had no clue what he was talking about. So he brought it. I mean, I saw calls, a virtual reality headset. I put it on my head, and I saw myself into the Tuscany demo. If someone, as a developer like me, remembers this early demo of the Oculus Rift. So I was in the office, but I saw myself in this villa in an island with the sea around me. I was, wow. I mean, that's like magic teleporting another place. I said, I want to do this kind of things in my life. So since that moment, love at first sight, I'm working in the field of AR and VR, trying to survive all the difficulties of the moment, but very rewarded by the result because I'm really in love with these technologies.
Fantastic. Oh my god, that's a great story.
It does grab you, doesn't it? It just grabs you. As soon as you put it on, that's it. That's it. You're in love instantly.
Yes.
Yeah,
And they
tell to those people who are vomiting after that. I'm joking. That's on this tiny percentage, I promise. It's just tiny percentage of people. They just don't know how to use it.
on their
Yes.
phones. Google.
On Google Cardboard. On Google Cardboard, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. All right. And Tony, you actually some time ago, not so so distant memory, you actually went to China, right? You stayed in China for some time. Tell us, how was that stay? Like, what did you find, learn, and how was it?
Well, I've been to China a few times. Never could stay there for a long time for various reasons, like visa and such. But I've been there like 5, 6 times, and if we exclude the COVID time, so really no one could go there. The years before and this year I've been a few times, and it's a very interesting place to be. I mean, I also like it personally. It's very lots of interesting things may happen when you're there. Talking about VR specifically, I found it interesting this time that I went there. A lot of more willing of people to connect with outside countries, because I went there in January and China just opened the borders, and for some of the companies I visited, I was really like the first foreigner that came from outside visiting them. And considering the new policies of China also of now for 1 year, like people from Italy, France, Germany, and other countries can go there for 15 days without a visa. It means that there is the COVID made China close a lot, so now they are trying to reopen again the communication and collaborations with outside countries. This is what I see, and of course, as usual, I saw also some interesting companies working in AR and VR. Some about the hardware. I mean, I visited, for instance, Insta360 that is making 360 cameras. It's a very young and active company, I can say. I visited the Netvios, which is basically a joint venture between NetEase and Survios about making publishing of gaming in China. And that visit was very interesting because I discovered, that there are you need, when you, for instance, want to promote your content in China, you need a local partner that knows, first of all, how to cope with the regulations of the government about the games that can be published there, and also about the avoiding people from stealing your IP, which if you have a local partner is much easier. So I had the opportunity to do this kind of visits here and there, and that was cool. And then on the personal side, also going around eating some Chinese food, and it was kind of very good experience.
And are you allowed to say, or what? I mean, probably did you just go to explore, or some company brought you there because you went for business? I remember you said it was for some work, right? You related things.
No, actually, my main driver, there was a few drivers going there, but it was a trip of mine, so no one paid the trip for me or things like that. It was really personal. I spent there also sometimes so the Chinese New Year there, which was an interesting experience, basically where you eat until your stomach explodes, and then people you giving food even after. So
that sounds amazing.
I want to go now.
Oh my God! Exactly. Oh
Just
my
for
God!
The food. Can you tell?
You need some training, because otherwise it's too intense.
He's ready.
I am certified beef boy. I'm ready.
So next year let's go there, and let's see to how as much as we can. And since I was there, I also took the occasion to visit some interesting companies, and that's why as I always do, I mix a bit of pleasure and a bit of work. And I think it's always very interesting to go there and discover how things are different, both for work, the mentality, how companies operate. There, for instance, there is a competition that is very fierce. So the moment you come up with a product, probably 10 days later, there are 15 competitors with a clone of your product and a cheaper price. So it's really an interesting place to be.
That's great, actually. I think for the how to say, to move the innovation forward, it's actually not so bad.
Fierce competition is what
yeah, I mean,
VR
that's what
means.
drives the main innovation. But man, that's it's great to have you, because you've done I love your blog. I'm a reader. I think one of the biggest channels for you is, if I'm not mistaken, is LinkedIn, right? Yeah, LinkedIn, you are really big there, and you write it there. I'm always trying to like it, and if the feed serves it to me, okay. I'm most of the time I see it on Twitter, actually, from you. But if I'm on LinkedIn, I'm trying to clap and like and stuff. But yeah, great articles. And one of the latest articles, since we're already here and you talked about traveling, one of the latest ones, which I've seen, was your experience going to Vario and trying XR4. We touched upon XR4 a bit last week on the last episode. Maybe we could do some magic here and show the shot. I know Shoda hates that when I do that, because you'll have to find that and put it in.
I have to find it. Wait, what's the time? What's the time?
it's like, oh, man. But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts? You tried it, you tested it. What are your thoughts on XR4? How do you like the device?
I'm excited about this.
Yes.
Hear it.
Tell us.
Tell us a secret.
The goods, the bads, and the neutrals.
Well, the good, the bad. The pity is that I wasn't able to try the final version of the device for various reasons. So, but they were kind enough to, since I was there, and I don't go to Helsinki every day, so they had a pre-production unit to make me test. And the pity is that because of pre-production unit, I couldn't evaluate properly the pass-through, which is one of the marketed features.
Okay.
They say real is like a real life. I have no idea, because I couldn't try that pass-through.
Got it.
But it was interesting enough, because the rest of the features were, more or less there. Maybe just a bit less polished than the final device. That was there was some units like 80 SEK a few days ago for people that were at that event, and. I found it kind of interesting. Vario has always been a company providing super high resolution headsets for a very high price for enterprise, military, and this kind of stuff. And marketing was very strong for this XR4, so I was curious to try it. I have to say that the visuals are really good. So there is this 4K per 4K per eye, and of course it's a very high resolution. So seeing the pixels is impossible. I noticed some kind of sometimes some noise, like grid noise. Sometimes it happens to me with the many headsets, so you don't see the pixels, but you have some kind of sensation.
Mura effect, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Then it disappeared, then sometimes reappeared again, but I don't know if it was some of the problems solved with the final version or not.
Yeah.
But this is a little problem that I saw. But I was happy of one thing, apart from the very good resolution, that they finally solved many of the distortion issues that they had in the previous devices. Because when I tried even the XR3, I mean, very good headset, but I could rotate my hand and see the warping of the image. I noticed that this time the warping moving horizontally was almost inexistent. Vertically, there was still a bit of that, but much less than before. So finally, the real, resolution.
Well done, Vario.
Yeah, the quality of the image is finally good, as I will really like it to be, and I'm very happy about that. And that was good. The depth of view was also bigger than the usual, but not enough big that I could say, oh wow, it's amazing. It's really bigger, so more immersive, but it's okay. The refresh rate, if I remember well, is 90 hertz, so nothing special. Yeah. It's there, it works.
By the way, just about refresh rate, I know people want 120, 144, but I think it's like with mobile phones. I think if I give people two headsets and one will run on 120 and one will run 90, I think maybe 1% of people will be able to find the difference. Yes. No people will actually realize what's the difference there, like zero.
No point having that extra.
No, I mean, maybe there is a point, but maybe in action games of changing the scenes and something really rapid. You might, if you do it professionally, you play it every day for 5 hours, you might actually realize that. But honestly, with day-to-day gaming, like even flight sims and stuff, you don't have this flashy scenes and changing environments, you would not notice. You would just not notice, because some of the simmers, they even load it to 72 to gain performance, and it's still okay. Like, it's still fine. You can run it. Sorry for interrupting. We just wanted to bring it up about the refresh rate.
Right. I totally agree with you. I mean, with the exception of very special cases and people that are super reactive, maybe for esports or whatever, no one notices. In fact, 90 was already very good. And one thing that I noticed of their demo that I praise in my blog is that since Vario is connected to a PC, so you have of course, during the demo they had a very powerful PC, and there was a part of the demo that was this like I don't know how to say, like a blob of liquid metal that I could manipulate with the controllers, and that was full ray traced. So it was very cool to manipulate it, and with this very high resolution, see all the reflections on this thing, seeing my avatar moving reflected on this kind of stuff. That was really well architectured part of the demo, because that for me was a bit of a wow effect. And the controllers are okay, are standard controllers, I would say, nothing particularly special. Chargeable. I know for enterprise, some people prefer the batteries, so they can remove it, change it, and you're ready to go. Some others prefer the charging USB, so you don't have batteries.
And the Vario has chargeable or
It's a USB-C to be controller.
Okay.
And the tracking of the controllers was okay for enterprise use. I will say that something can be slightly improved, because every time a company starts with inside-out tracking, there are always some little problems when there are options. Normal stuff. Yes. It's normal. I say, okay, they just started. Probably in 6 months it will be great, like all the others did the same part. So I came up pretty satisfied. Seems. I mean, I tried it just for a few minutes. Because you're doing a headset. The headset should be tested across various days, etc. But as a first impression, I think, as usual, they're doing good work. And for companies looking for something, super secure, super high resolution, whatever, could be a good option.
How was the ergonomy? Because it looks quite big. How did it feel in your head? Because you have a lot of headsets on your head normally.
Yeah, I was worried also because the weight is like 1 kilo, but when I was using it, I didn't feel discomfort. Again, I tried it for maybe 5 minutes, and then sessions of 5 minutes each. So it's the only thing I can say is that probably it's balanced enough that it doesn't feel bad on the head.
Awesome. Okay.
But I don't know after 1 hour of use if you're really feeling like
it does look like it's going to topple over when you move anyway like this.
Yeah, but I didn't have that sensation. So sometimes it happened to me that I could feel, okay, this is going to break my neck.
But that's
quite a rare movement in VR, though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, but also I think I've heard, like Bradley said, that it's actually well balanced, the XR4 as well. He felt the same way. So I think that they improved from what it used to be on XR3. That's my understanding. I didn't try it, obviously. So and that's good to hear that they did a good job there. And I think one time you brought that up, they had a powerful PC because, we do 3K per eye, basically, the headset, right? And first of all, I cannot see pixels there. Like, honestly, already on 3K per eye, it's very difficult to find pixels. But what I want to say is that you need quite a good PC to run it in a native resolution. Because for me, this is kind of like, if you buy a headset for 3K per eye, you want to run it in native resolution. And the problem is, if you run it in native resolution for 3K per eye, in games, you struggle. I have 4090 water-cooled, overclocked processor and stuff, and 64 gigs of like all the top-notch specs, and it still starts to kind of struggle to run VR1 and native stuff. I was like asking myself, what kind of PC do you need to run 4K per eye in native resolution? Is it even possible to run in any game? Maybe for some work environments, you would get to that point, some scenes, maybe architecture or whatever. But in a real game, are you able to run it? Did you ask what PC were they showing in the demo on? What was the specs?
Not for the PC there, but I asked when I wrote when there was an announcement. Basically, I asked about was the PC to the PR team, And I've been told that there are some Vario certified PCs to run
Ooh,
kind of
fancy.
things. Yeah, so, but they were mentioning, for instance, not only the various NVIDIA RTX, but also, the NVIDIA A series, the one for enterprise.
The server. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so they're already thinking about probably, first of all, if you buy a Vario rare release for gaming, of course you can, because they have now also waiting list for consumers, but most things will be simulation and training and whatever. So a bit less, in my opinion, consuming than some games, which can be quite heavy. And and then there is I think they expect you to have a enterprise graphics card, which is very expensive, I would say, but also usually they're also more powerful. They're for workstations than for consumer PC. But I think if you spend like how much it is, 4K euros for a headset plus VAT, probably you have
you probably got a graphics data center ready to rock.
Yeah, you should have a good computer. Yeah, don't try to run it on 2050 Ti.
Don't run it on a 1060. It's not going to work.
1060 mobile. 1060 mobile and 16 gigs of RAM. Okay, 16 gigs of RAM. That's
that was my first VR machine. That was 1060.
By the way, I was talking, just to switch gears a bit. I was talking today to guys here in the office, and I've seen a video of review. Someone bought and configured the most powerful M3 MacBook, and the M chips are actually pretty incredible. What Apple is doing with the M chips. And they were able, because that MacBook has, I don't know, 128 gigs of RAM, integrated RAM, some, I don't know how many cores of GPU and CPU all together, running as one, optimized for the power. What they were able to do, they were able to run Cyberpunk 2077 on a MacBook at 60 FPS on high settings from the battery.
Jesus.
And I was like, whoop. That is pretty impressive.
Settle down, Apple. Settle down.
That is pretty impressive. And I have to say, it made me think, we might start seeing when Vision Pro comes out, right? It's not a gaming device, but we might start seeing some studios making native Vision Pro Mac games for VR. And I'm expecting that they might look stunning because the power is there already. The laptop can handle it. I'm not even talking about Mac Studios, which are, big PCs on the tip. I'm just talking about MacBooks. And those MacBooks are actually capable of running some impressive stuff from what I've seen. And again, that battery. And by the way, it ran it from battery and it never turned even the cooling up. So the fans were off. Can you imagine? I was like, what is going on here? This is black magic.
Is that something similar to the Vision basically be then? Is that the idea of that? So they built the most powerful. So they built the most powerful M3 MacBook, and is that something similar that the Vision Pro will be?
I think so. I think it will be the most powerful. I mean, it is. We know there is M2 in chip inside, and then M2 and then R3. Right, there is another chip which runs the sensors of that. So it will be very powerful, and I think Snapdragon cannot even compete with it right now. There's nothing. Nothing like that on the market. So I think there will be catch up happening. But Apple is not standing still, right? They're just innovating and pushing. And the new Vision Pro will have probably better optimization, better specs, and then we're off to the races. Like with iPhones, every year you have a new iPhone with a new chip, and it's faster and more powerful, and probably will be much more powerful than you will even be able to use, right? What are your thoughts about Vision Pro, by the way, Tony? What do you think?
Oh well, I'm interested. Of course, I was in the Valley during the announcement days. I tried to sneak into the event, but was not possible. I said, I'm like here. Let's try to ask some people, but no way to enter. But from what I've heard and all the rest, it's a very solid device, and I'm especially intrigued by a few things. One is what you said. So there is inside an M2. And that's really like a jump in performance from what we used to have that may be impressive. The second thing which impresses me is the interactions, because the moment that I see the videos and people just making micro movements to interact with the scene, I'm like, wow, because user experience is super important. When you, I have my Quest, like every one of us, and it's a very good device. But like the fact that they change the interface every 2 months, and you never understand what button to press. And I started, and there is some
you set
Horizon
them off.
feed that I don't want, and so the UX on Quest is not perfect, I would say. Apple seems.
Oh, you're so nice.
You're right. Though. Why do they keep changing the layouts? Just keep it simple.
But by the way, breaking news. Did you hear what they did with the new thing? I heard
What did they
apparently
do?
from Marek. So you know that when you press the Oculus button and you hold it recenters the thing, right?
Yes.
And it always went quite smooth. You just press it, it
Yes.
does the circle, and boom, it's recentered. Now, apparently, they did an update, and it's completely laggy. They changed this whole thing, and it's completely
Why?
laggy. Can you imagine if that's true, which I believe it is, because Mark was telling me this. Like, how can you even screw that?
Vomit City.
Like, this is the simplest thing they had for years, and now they change it, and it's completely broken. I don't get it. But anyway, sorry, I didn't want to disturb you from the Vision Pro. So yeah, interactions are super important. I agree.
Oh yeah,
interaction is super important, and the fact that I can look at something and then interact like this, and but not just this, because if you remember the HoloLens one times when you had this as well, but no one could do that. I remember one time doing a demo for was a very simple like healthcare application, and I was at this university, and I had to teach people arriving. Oh, you have to do this to click, and they tried, they could not. So in the end, my trick was putting myself behind them and show, oh, you have to do this, and the system detected my click and say, oh, perfect, it was unlocking them because no one could do that. And instead, the fact that you can keep your hands relaxed and just do this micro movement while looking. I mean,
and that menu reacts on your eye movement.
Yes,
that is genius, right? This combination.
Yes.
And like, how come nobody from VR space for 7 years have come up with something like that? I just don't get it. Like, Meta, come on, we're looking at you. What is going on there? But they will copy. They will copy it.
They're already trying to copy, I guess. But I think that the problem is the polish, because when I was maybe it was 3 years ago at AWS, there was Toby that made me try a demo with eye tracking and a few cool demos with controllers. Like, look at the menu reacts, press the button on the controller, and you click. So it's not a new concept. The fact is, in my opinion, how you do that. So to make it work, that thing should be ultra polished.
Yes.
And one sentence, I don't remember the exact quote, but I remember was an old Oculus Connect, maybe 4, 5, the things. And my collaborator at some point said, you can't make a mouse that works 90% of the time. Like, everything one doesn't work.
True.
You know?
So true.
And basically, you have to ultra polish everything until it works 99.9% of the time. Okay, one click every 1000 cannot be detected, but and the same is for the interface. So make interface with eye tracking, like people try to replicate it on the Quest Pro. I tried it. It's not the same. I start looking around and the interface starts popping up, and I like what's happening, and it's super confusing. So no, it's not that. You have to ultra polish. You need a lot of UX designers to work that maybe on 2 years just on that. And that's why I guess Apple also waited so much, and that's why I'm also so excited, because user experience is something that often we forget until we realize that it's important. And in my opinion, the best user experience is when you even don't think about it. Oh, I do it. Oh, it works.
100%.
Wow.
You are right.
Yeah.
It is. And that's why they have 12 cameras. I mean, good luck copying that. It's not only about software. Apple has spent, 9 years developing this. I know that they've spoken to everyone. They tested every headset on the market, and I mean it. Literally every headset on the market, and they took their time. But I was kind of a not Apple hater. I'm an Android guy, foldable phones and stuff like that, and I'm a Windows user
for my.
Yeah, but wait, it's coming. Okay. And I said, Ben, before, we knew that it's going to come out, right? They were preparing for the release. And I said to myself, and to friends because they knew that I'm a mean boy towards Apple. I was always mean, like they never innovate, and they sucked at some point. At some things. I mean, iPhone works, but for some things it just doesn't work well. But I said, look, if they will introduce, because I care about VR and XR, if they will introduce an amazing device and they will innovate this time out and they will lead the innovation in this segment and they will, reinvent themselves again and they will do it well, I forgive them everything. I will become not a fanboy, but I will respect them for doing that, and I will forget about all the mistakes in the past because they are taking this leap, jump towards the future. And they did it. In my opinion, they did it. They introduced something where I was like, wow, that is incredible. This is something we've never seen. It's done so well, at least from what we heard from the reviewers, from the introduction video. And that's why, I became more positive on them, because I applaud them for spending the time and money to actually innovate. Nobody did it. They did it. So, just and now Samsung is running around like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Google, Qualcomm, let's announce quickly, let's announce the partnership. Okay, let's do it.
No, Mark's already done that. Mark's gone, oh, look.
Mark was like, oh my God, I have to announce Quest 3 very quickly. Push it out, Quest 3, okay?
I will fall in love with any of the companies that remove lasers as a pointing device in VR. I hate lasers. You try and click a button, it's like, no. The lasers.
I think you have to. I think you have to rewatch the video where I was not driving my car and I was trying to click the interface and I was missing this. I was missing this all the time. I was like, God damn it!
Lasers. They need to go. Lasers. They're 2014 VR tech. They need to go.
How would you replace them? How would you like what Apple does? Just looking at yeah. But you need to be Apple to do that. You need all those sensors around.
I reckon I can full Vision Pro because I've got astigmatism in my eyes. My eyes go boop, 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 at certain angles. So I'm going to try it, see if it like if it
access denied. You have this Mr.
Shit eyes. Oh, thank you, Apple.
Please return this device to your Apple store.
Go buy a Quest 3.
Exactly. Here's your voucher for Quest 3.
There's your voucher for the next Samsung one. Quest 3. Oh man.
Oh my God.
What a headset.
Tony, what's your daily driver for VR? Like, what headset do you use and you keep coming back to for PSVR and for standalone? Or maybe you use one device for both?
Oh, for now, currently, I'm mostly I'm trying to be on generally movable working devices. So I have a laptop and I use usually a Quest 3. So I travel, I can put everything in a suitcase and I can travel from everywhere. And when I go to China, it's good to have a Pico with me also, because last time I was there, for instance, the VPN that maybe I was using, I was
you in a Quest.
When we using with the Quest, was having some conflicts and probably couldn't contact something of the Quest, whatever. The Quest didn't find my PC. So while with Pico, I could do everything I wanted. So I suggest someone goes to China, bring also Pico with you, because at least that one is guaranteed to work. But
just buy Pico and use it for everything. This is the great device. We're fans of Pico here, by the way. You entered the show the moment of Pico fans here. We're Pico fanboys.
Can guarantee Pico fanboys 100%.
I love 100%. Pico as well. That's great. I think that now probably I hope there will be the Pico 5, as there was a leak some time ago, because I think
it looks a bit that. But it looks like the Pico is getting into some troubles, right?
Pico 5
I didn't want to believe it, but looks like it's actually happening.
Can someone explain their adverts recently?
Please. Oh, yeah. Tony, did you see their advertising strategy on Twitter? Like what Pico is posting?
No, because the moment I connected, it has been deleted. So I was like, what happened here?
Oh, they deleted it. I didn't even know. Oh my God.
I need to look at this now.
They deleted it, so I don't know what happened. If you have some screenshots, please send it to me.
Okay, so we'll try to find and play it here. Like it's cringe, but it's like cringe level 100. You know what I mean?
However, we're talking about it. So now is that been done on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it, but honestly, you know, there's some marketing and there's other marketing. And
Pico,
I'm not
we
sure,
love
like,
you, but sort it
exactly.
out.
I love to talk about Pico. It's a great headset. Buy it if you can. You will never regret it. I'm talking to people who are watching. All those 20 people. Thank you for watching us. But yeah, I mean, it's the cringe level was 100 for sure.
Yeah.
Like it reached peak.
And to be fair,
cringe.
I'm looking at their Twitter page now, and it is still full of cringe. I think they've just hired someone from university, fresh out. Oh, you know the memes. You know the memes. Come and do the memes. But
Hey, ChatGPT, can you come up with the meme?
the one that made me cringe is telling people just to suck it up when you get motion sickness. I was like, I will say that to people, but
1 second. Let's
do
live experiment. 1 second.
What?
Hey, can you come up with the tagline for VR headset advertisement and make it as cringe as possible?
Yes, here's one I did earlier.
How about this for a cringe tagline? Slip into a new reality where every pixel is your playground.
No, that's not cringe enough. You have to look at Pico 4 latest advertisements and then give us a better shot. Oh, it went to internet, searching for Pico advertisements now.
Here's one I found on Twitter.
that sounds.
The tagline for the Pico 4 VR headset is imagination, the only limitation. This phrase emphasizes the limitless possibilities that the headset.
To be honest, you're a little bit useless today. Thank you very much. Now the AI overlords will kill me.
Yeah.
It's all on camera.
To hear that you're not satisfied with the assistance today. If there's anything specific you need help with, or if you have another question, feel free to ask.
So sad.
You're amazing. Thank you.
No, you're off the Christmas list now. They're going to send the drones in to get you.
Yeah, guys, you have to protect me. One day AI will.
You just see like a T1000 like time bubble appear behind you. What did you say to my son?
Exactly. That's it.
But
oh my god!
On Reddit or whatever, someone that screenshot the tweet by Pico because I didn't see it, and now I'm really curious to see it. So I have to find it.
There were several of those. I replied on one of those when there was the girl and the boy, and they were like playing, and he was like shooting her, and then she put him out of their apartment. Like, it was. I wrote them, Pico guys, I really love you, but you should stop posting this kind of ads on your, and like especially their timing was worse because now everybody knows that there's problems in the company. They lay off people, right? They stop projects, and there is some restructuring happening, and they start posting those ads actively, and we're like, what is going on? Why would you do it? It's just strange. What are your thoughts about the Valve seemingly upcoming VR headset? What are your thoughts generally on Valve? Like copium.
Well, I'm basically not a fanboy of any company, so I'm just looking and see what happens. Valve usually has used us to create good hardware. I mean, the Vive was innovative. The Valve Index was also very good headset for a long time. For me, was the best PC VR headset. Now it's a bit old, so of course doesn't have the title anymore probably, but still it's a solid device. So I think when they will release something and they will do like Apple, they will wait years and then will tease something. That will
copium.
I think it will be very good, but I don't know what to expect honestly. It's clear they're working on it. I mean, I think also the recent Steam Link or whatever is a sign they're also working with the PC with the standalone headset themselves. The Steam Deck, they keep saying, "Oh, the lessons we learned here are for other things." I mean, it's clear they're working on it. I don't know what to expect honestly. Also because. The thing that I keep wondering is really the business logic of it, in the sense that if it works, it should be a bit like the Steam Deck that works with the Valve catalog, because that's a business model. If they got Android, they have no games on Android. I mean, it will be like creating a new store from zero. I don't think it's doable. So I really don't know what to expect. Maybe a Linux based headset like a Steam Deck for
Steam Deck OS.
massive, yeah, an immersive Steam Deck, something like that. That's probably the best choice, but maybe they're still trying to find the good something that has good performances also for VR, because Steam Deck is not VR ready. That's not a secret. So, but my other question is, okay, but they're waiting a lot. But considering all this Apple thing, when they will come out, will this still be the forefront of technology?
Steam Link on Apple Vision Pro. Steam Link, come on. Ooh.
That would be good.
That would be interesting.
But I don't think Apple will approve the app on the Vision Pro like Meta did. Meta doesn't care about PCVR anymore. So it's okay,
No.
I approve your app.
PCVR is dead.
Apple,
Everyone knows this.
yeah, especially, I mean, PCVR is becoming a niche. Let's say I as much as I love it, but content is always less frequent. That's the problem of gaming on PSVR. So, but who knows? I hope that the PSVR 2 could restart some interesting for tethered games, but also the sales of PSVR 2 are okay, but not amazing. So
we have it in the office, and I've played with it for a couple of weeks. It has few drawbacks.
When's the last time you played it, Artur?
I think 3 weeks after it released. That's it. Because it has, honestly, to me, it has kind of like 2 or 3 main flaws, which I just cannot deal with. Number one, this facial interface, which is like dragging there. It's very, very, very bad. I don't understand how they did a solid device and then they did this facial interface, which is like, I don't know, like it's got like garmoshka in Russian, like this is just like, what is this? Why would you ever do it? So that's number one. It's really uncomfortable for me to use that facial interface. And number two is the Moore effect. That screen door effect was just killing me. It was so obvious because we were comparing like this device here.
Signature go off the screen.
Oops. We were comparing. This is the Samsung Odyssey Plus. This is Samsung Odyssey Plus. It has OLEDs inside. Vivid colors, super bright, like all the good stuff. This device is what, 3-4 years older than PSVR 2. I kid you not. I just plugged it in recently to just see the image quality and how it is. Like it has probably even less screen door effect than the PSVR 2. And I was like, why is it? Because they've done this anti-SDE effect. Like they kind of merge the pixels in a way that it's in a software way that they kind of like try to avoid this, because the first generation of this, they had screen door effect, but the second one was much smoother and much better. And I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's comparable, but this is 4 years older. Like, I can excuse this because that's old and there were no better tech, but today to release something like that, so that was a bit disappointing. And when I see screen door effect, to me, it's I don't like to see screen door effects anymore. And like even on Valve Index, it's not that pronounced as on OLEDs, right? When you move the scene, something what you just told, like you had as well. Okay, you move and the scene kind of like stays, but this how it's called the pixel arrangement moves with you. It kills the immersion to me. So that's number two. And honestly, we played some games. It was fun, but the reason to come back, there was no reason to come back. I don't know. Maybe it's me, and I never played it back with it. Like we just don't. We're just staying there doing nothing. Literally,
is it lack of software, lack of games, or is it just? Is it because
I think there are some games coming out. There were some games which came out recently. I'm still kind of in the back of my mind. I want to go back. But honestly,
what are the triggers like on those? Is it the haptic same as a PS5?
It's good. It's good. I think controllers are okay. It's very hard to get into them because they have like a very strange shape.
A ball.
But when you get there, it's comfortable. I don't want to say anything against that. It's okay. I think I was a bit surprised by, I don't want to lie, I don't remember exactly, but I remember when I wanted to buy the first game, which was the Gran Turismo, the car thing.
Oh, yeah, yep.
I think it was 100 euros. I almost fainted there when I saw the price. Like, it was super expensive. Like, we were like 80, 90, something crazy. Again, if I'm not, we'll find out what the price was. But I was shocked. I was like, is this true? Am I going to pay what? Oh my God, I have to pay. So we paid, this price to try the game, but that was really expensive. And I said, wow. So yeah, overall, never played back. Never came back and never played it. I guess for those people who, for casual people who have PlayStation 5 and that's their main playing, gaming device. For me, it's PC, right? So I'm not a target audience, I guess. But for those who have only PlayStation and play nothing else, it makes sense to buy this device and have it with their PlayStation and play some VR games from, here and there. But that's about it. And that's what, Sony is good because they have this ecosystem and they can kind of upsell it to people. But overall, it's kind of, meh. Not sure. Not that excited about that.
Yeah, standard edition was £70.
Yeah, which is 85 euros or something like that. That's why, I was like, what? Can you imagine?
Wow.
Like $85.
How much is GTA 6 going to be? Like
$100? So it's $100. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
it's $100. it's a lot. It's a lot for a game, For
GTA 6 launch price 150. I bet you that game's going to be so expensive. It's going to be so expensive.
Is it coming out in 2025? Is that true?
Yes,
that's what I heard.
Yeah,
it's like
it has a nice trailer. So.
It is a nice trailer, but why you announce it and then in 2 years? I don't know. It's a little bit too far away.
Did someone leak it? That's what happened.
Yeah, someone leaked it. Yeah.
Bastards.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
Don't leak things. Do not leak things. You suck the fun out of the industry.
Tony, tell us. Use this time here to plug. What are you working on? What's your main company? What are you work? Do some guest advert time.
Yeah, advertising. Buy my product. No, basically, I'm spending most of my time now working at Varjo. Basically, it's a French company. We make a platform for virtual reality concerts. So the idea long term is that everyone that wants to make a concert, apart from Somnium, of course, which is a very good platform, we like to create a concert, can go to our platform, create a world in Unity or using other tools, even if they're not technical, using some no-code stuff, and be able to create a concert, put tickets, etc., merchandising, and other people can join the concert, have fun with their friends, buy the ticket, and blah, blah, blah. And so create an ecosystem around events and concerts in virtual reality or anyway in virtual worlds, which is what we're trying to do. For now, we are still at a very early access stage, but still we have our SDK now is in private beta, so people can already start playing with it. We did... there is some concerts live on the platform, and it's been just announced that.
Jean-Michel Jarre, right? You're getting the concert. Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. We'll do a concert in Versailles. The very amazing place in Paris, and in parallel, the concert will have a virtual counterpart in the Vroom platform. So this is what we're trying to do: just make people have fun with some music in our platform and let creators also
that's refreshing.
Put their creations in VR. So
I love it. Congratulations. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. But Artur, you know this much better than me. I mean, since Somnium is out since many years, it's doing a platform is fucking complicated.
Yeah. It's fucking hard, okay? And hardware is also fucking hard. People don't get it, but it's very difficult. It's I cannot tell what is more difficult, making platform or making hardware or making both. Can you imagine
at the same time? Probably.
Yes. Yeah. Can you imagine how crazy I am?
You are fucking crazy. You need
I am fucking crazy. I know people don't get how fucking crazy I am. It's difficult, but I see that a partner of this concert is also linked.
Yeah,
and
of course.
and that's awesome to see the kind of like the French ecosystem working together.
It's refreshing
I mean-
to see something happen new to the very stale music industry, because it's been the
Yeah.
same for so long. It's boring.
And it's honestly, I okay, cringe time. Cringe time.
Oh, you go first.
Rent cringe time, okay?
Go on in. Okay.
When Fortnite, first of all, when someone says Fortnite is in the metaverse, I cringe instantly. And this is my opinion. Maybe you guys disagree, but this is just my opinion. Number one,
Yeah.
Fortnite is not a freaking metaverse. Yet, maybe never. I don't know. I don't see it as a metaverse. Number two, when they announced the concerts, when they had Eminem right now, and then they had what it was, Scott Travis or whatever. They had this 100 million people watching it live and stuff. Yes, 100 million logged in. They have a big user base, amazing. But they were scattered among, instances of 50 people, I think. That's number one. Number two, everything was pre-recorded. Nothing was live. They just pressed the button and it happened. And people just watched it and they could not do anything apart from just running around, jumping and like probably not even speak properly. So that's number three. And I think that's not the live concert I imagine in VR, okay? And that was not in VR, of course. That was just 2D, Fortnite stuff. When I speak about live concert, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts because you're working on Room. For me, live concert is it's happening live. The performer is doing things live with all the goods and all the bads. Live things can go wrong, but that's the part of the experience. And you want to be that part, in that part of the experience. You want to be with other people in VR and you will be able to experience it together. You want to hear ohs and ahs and clapping and
people on the left,
all the
people on the right.
Exactly. You want to see those emotions and you want to be able to speak to them. You want to be able to interact with the musician.
Sing back the chorus.
That's the live concert, right? That's something very special because it's also special for the performer, because when they sing, and it happened many times in Somnium, when they sing and then they can, in between the songs, they can say, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, it's amazing, continue." And it's this, bi-directional energy, which I think it's amazing and it's magical for everyone. So that's the concert. It's very difficult to do because there's limitation here, limitation there, and networking, this thing, that thing. A lot of things can go wrong, but if it goes right, it's fucking magical. I have to say, we'll have to do a lot of beeps and bleeps, but
no, I'm leaving.
That's end of rant about Fortnite and pre-recorded things. What is your take, Tony, about the concerts? How do you see what is the future of VR concerts actually? How does it look like?
Let's say that I see a little bit more nuanced because in a way I totally agree with you as a vision. Let's say the present is not always like that. Like it's always like the music industry in general. So sometimes you speak with labels and they say, "Hey, it's better to record because if you make an error in this concert, you ruin the reputation of my artist."
For sure.
So sometimes some compromises have to be made, and I can understand that because pre-recorded is easier to do because you are sure that things work. Live is like, oh, if that computer and that computer are breaking, no one is seeing the concert anymore. So it's always taking a risk. We did both of kind of things. So now, for instance, in the platform, we have pre-recorded versions of our past concerts because if people couldn't attend there, they can go.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think that live is better. I think that anyway, what makes a concert is entertaining is also the interactions between users. So, for instance, sometimes it happened to me to, I don't know, take a journalist and bring it myself to record that version of our concert. And the problem is that it becomes boring because you are with one person, you're just showing that, and there is this thing pre-recorded, blah, 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 that the movement, etc. And you're like, okay, what's the fun? Because, of course, there's no fun. So I think that the bare minimum, the bare minimum is having people that can interact together during the concert and cheer, etc. The second level is the interaction with the singer, with the difficulties of the case, because the thing that there is a limitation for people in the room, and that's a problem there are in many social VR spaces. I mean, I know you in Somnium have a few hundreds you can support, which is amazing, But if you consider like our platform or VRChat or Horizon Worlds, etc., the numbers that you can be there is like 20, 30, 50, depending on the platform.
Yep.
And so the singer can be there only for one of them. And that's a problem we had on our concerts that we did, for instance, in VRChat and in our platform. So you have to think about what do I do for the others? How do I cope with that? Can I merge these people together in a way? So it's fascinating also trying to find creative solutions to these problems. And we are trying to work on it, which is good. But I think that the vision you have is the correct one. So people like the live moment, like to have the singer singing them. Otherwise, people wouldn't go to stadiums to see the concerts of a rock band that maybe is playing worse than in the radio edit because it's cleaner in the radio edit. You want to be there, you want to sing, you want to see weird things happening.
The energy.
Yeah, stop singing.
Nothing beats a live
you
gig.
can
Nothing
sing,
beats
you
a
know?
live gig. Nothing. The energy.
I mean, I think, look, I've been in several, I'm talking about smaller artists, right? We had some big concert and we had a pre-recorded one as well, but I think I'm talking about live smaller artists where nothing beats like VR comes very close to the live gig when it's live, when the artist or DJ is there and kind of screaming at you like, hey, how you doing, people? Oh, there's someone with full body tracking doing some amazing stuff. Like, here's the song for you.
My language now.
This is incredible. This is very, very special. And even if there's like 50 people only, you feel like you've witnessed something for you. It was your moment with those people and you will never forget it. I remember every moment like as if it was here today, right now. And it was magical. I remember people there. I remember everything. And I think that's
sometimes the smaller gigs, they're more memorable. I've played gigs from 50 to I've got thousands of shows under my belt. I've done 15 years of live performing. And it's the smaller ones where you can get in their faces and the interaction there. That beats playing like a festival, in my opinion.
Okay, we need to put your performance.
Yeah, I will put it. Bob.
No. You put it on the screen, but we need to get you to perform Insomnium.
I was just going to suggest.
And Vroom, maybe.
Yes.
And both at the same time. Let's do
exactly. Why not? Both at the same time is amazing. Because some people will go there, some people will go here, and then
I was
you
going to say,
get the whole
with your problem of getting the singer to interact with people, would you and not playing live at the same time? Is nothing stopping you doing like a hybrid? So you record them playing. And then the audience won't know when they split into like a live mode. So you play they play the music and then they.
That's an interesting idea and way to overcome that problem.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You're making me excited.
You could do like we could do, and you could do, Tony, as well. It's like you could have a song which is pre-recorded, so there's the movements and the song is pre-recorded, and then once the song finishes, kind of the real artist avatar fades in, and then he just say, "Hey guys, how you doing?" And they're like, whoa, and then everybody, and then like, okay, I have a special song, and then he just fades into the pre-recorded avatar again, and people will probably not notice that much. No. But it will be a live interaction. It will be much easier because it's just a few words for the artist. He just needs to have a full body tracking ready.
Because how would they do that at like a stadium level? It's similar to that, isn't it? Because not everyone's going to get to speak to the Weeknd or Rush or like Bryan Adams when they go to a gig.
Yeah, we had some big artists and some agencies coming to us, and we're still discussing with some of them. And the idea is often, hey, let's do the concert, and then let's treat the VR part as the VIP after party thing. So you get into the club, into the VR club, and there will be 50 fans who will actually have VR and full body tracking, and the artist will be taught and will be trained how to use full body tracking, how to be there with them. And then
I don't need training.
Meet and greet with the artists in a more smaller club in VR. And I think for the artists it will be mind-blowing, to be honest, because you're like, hey, where are you from? I'm from Australia, and you're from Germany, and I'm from Italy, and the whole world, like people from the whole world, like 50 people will be right in front of them, and they can perform for them as well. So I think, yeah, it's magical for both sides, not only for the viewers. That's for sure. Okay, what do we get as the news? I just opened up the news portal here, and I'm reading what's happening. What is memorable, guys, happened today this week? What's memorable?
There was the Applaud Winter Showcase. I mean, no news was mind blowing, but it's always good to see so many VR news about games being published. I mean, it helps the ecosystem in having more voice and push all together. Especially, I like that the partner also with IGN, so it means that also there is an important magazine that is supporting this initiative, which is positive as well for the ecosystem. So I think that was not a mind blowing news, but still something good for us. So good job, Upload, for that.
Okay. Oh, I'm just looking at the news. I didn't know that this was Meta. Meta showed a render of advanced Mirror Lake prototype it teased last year and said it's practical to build now, and it has the same pass-through eyes as Vision Pro.
Oh my don't God. Start this.
They're already copying Vision Pro even before Vision Pro has been released. What's going on here?
They are so scared.
They're
rattled, aren't they?
Oh my goodness.
So scared. You consider that Meta ruined totally the launch of the Quest Pro because they were scared of Apple. I think that's a technical error they're doing. They're really scared of Apple, and Apple doesn't care about Meta.
Okay, let's become more personal. It's not them. Mark is scared of Apple personally. He's devastated by what they're doing.
Apple's just gone, you know what? I see that. We can do better. And everyone's on edge. Everyone in the standalone market is on edge.
And it has financial and pragmatic reasoning, because Mark is the only company, Meta is the only company which has not built their own hardware platform and ecosystem. They don't have an ecosystem. I don't count Quest as ecosystem yet. It runs on Android and it's small still. It's very small in comparison to anything else. Google, they have their own ecosystem, but no devices yet. Apple, they have their own ecosystem, and Meta is dependent on both of those companies. So he feels very insecure, and rightfully so, because those companies just control everything. They control the switch. They can flip it up and down, up, on and off all the time. And them coming into the VR market or XR market, which Meta supposedly needs to dominate, but they don't, because they didn't manage yet to make this dominant position. And they're very threatened because Apple can just in 1 year ruin 7 years of work of Meta, and Meta is losing $4 billion per quarter. That's a lot of money. Like, this is a lot of money to lose on something and not to gain results out of it. Can you imagine investors saying, like, wait a second, Mark, we've lost 50 billion in the past 10, 12 or like 5 years, and Apple has now bigger market share than you within a 1 year of releasing the device, or 2 years releasing. Like, where are the money? Where is the result, Mark? And I think that's where kind of he's very under stress. He's very stressed about that because he needs to. He spent so much money. He did so much research, but the results are not yet there. And now suddenly, before even real results came up, someone else comes up and tries to scoop all of that in a better way, in a better shape and stuff. That's, Mark doesn't have the ecosystem, and he doesn't have his own silicon. That's the problem. He doesn't have his own silicon. He's reliant on Qualcomm, and that is a problem because, you have to have the integration. And if you don't have an integration, you're relying on someone else. And that's, for example, my approach with Somnium VR1 headset is, let's open source everything we can. Okay, we want people to get their hands dirty on every part of the headset and make it as open as we can, so that people, this headset can live its own life in the community, and nobody can stop us, right? Nobody can stop people from tinkering with it, changing the code, changing the eye tracking algorithm, changing the cameras, and this and that. And that's the point of kind of my philosophy. where I believe in more open ecosystems rather than closed. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Meta. But seeing that they released this render, it's not even it's a render. Like, why would you release a render? Meta, it's funny. Like, Meta releases render. No, freaking show me the prototype. Even if it's ugly, it's better than to release a render, right? I can release millions of renders tomorrow, no problem. But nobody would believe me if I don't show them the real device,
Marketing and trying to stay relevant when the hype is for Apple, but it's complicated. So let's see what happens. But Apple entering the market has already shaken a lot of things, and the situation. Even Samsung modified their plans of the non-released headset because of what they learned about Apple. This makes you see how everyone is worried about that. But
Yes.
Let's see.
Even the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Even the biggest ones.
I'm
All
excited
right.
to see what Samsung does, personally. Because they've
I
been on the
think
sidelines for so long.
Samsung is on fire in terms of being nervous as well. They just don't show it up to the public, but they're running around and trying to, because they had to probably cancel everything they did before Vision Pro released, because they were thinking a different direction, and now they had to start from scratch. And like, by building a headset, I know that starting from scratch today or when the Apple Vision Pro released means that your first device in volume will hit the market. Okay, if you're Samsung, I give it 1.5 years at least. And it confirms to me, because they said that the first device will come 2024, end of 2024, and the first production batch will be 30,000 devices. It's nothing. It's for Samsung, 30,000 means it's not even evaluation batch. It's just tiny part.
Yeah.
Nobody will see that device. It will be just in stores probably.
Maybe
exactly. Yeah. So realistically, we will see the device in 2025. And by that time, there will be already second generation coming up from the Apple Vision Pro. It will be very hard to catch up. They will have to do a lot of R&D, and a lot of money will have to be spent to actually catch up with Apple. Unfortunately for those companies, but that's the truth of life. Yeah. What do you think about HTC, Tony? Like, where do you see HTC actually in this whole ecosystem scenario?
Nowhere.
Okay, we have one opinion.
In the enterprise sector, mostly, it's where they've always been good with Pico, so standalone headset for the enterprise, and that's it mostly. I mean, HTC has tried to enter into the consumer market, couldn't succeed to compete with Meta. I like HTC people, but honestly, they couldn't prove to be able to compete, also because their money, it's a much smaller company than Meta and Apple, and so now they're enterprise. Maybe if they want to come back, they should do that with another partnership like they did with Valve. So for now, I see that mostly as a good force. Maybe they can produce some accessories like the Vive tracker, which can be useful for many people, but that is more or less where I see them.
I agree, and I think I would speak on behalf of many VR enthusiasts that Vive or HTC in general is in many people's hearts because of HTC first headset, and for many it was the first proper full room scale headset with great functionality. First Vive are still viable headsets. Some people are still using them, and they're still good. I still have the one in the box and stuff. And you're right, they do great accessories. Like their Vive 3 trackers, the base stations, controllers not so much, but they're reliable. Like those accessories are actually pretty good. The headsets, unfortunately, not so good. Like this headset, for example, didn't work out that well. The tent was great. Some of the design things that we can disconnect this part and connect another part was smart, was good attempt, but overall package was not that attractive, I think, for people. So I'm not using this device. But hey, Alvin, love the guy, and hopefully we'll actually invite him to join us for one of the podcasts, and we can speak about the future of HTC and what's coming, because that's I'm still rooting for them. I hope they will find their niche. kind
I
of.
love them. I mean, my first standalone was a Vive focus. So I have lots of stories related with HTC devices, and I like HTC. So I like Alvin. I mean, that's not a secret. But realistically, for now, they can stay just in a niche market, like enterprise, where they are usually very good. And then let's see in the future. Wish them the best, as you said.
Absolutely, I totally agree, and I wish them the absolute best.
Guys, I have to go in 2 minutes. I don't know if you want to ask one last question or no.
No. I think we can do some. Oh my God, Shona, that will be the first time we're below 2.5 hours. This is achievement actually. Thank you, Tony, because normally we're going forever and then editing is hell. But this time will be very efficient. So yeah, I mean, thanks for coming. You can disconnect anytime you want. We'll probably do some closing things with Shota here. And thanks for joining us. Was really cool, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, thanks to you for inviting me. I mean, it's always great to speak with you all, and I really love what you're doing at Somnium, by the way. So both for the software and the hardware, and always. And by the way, I visited VR Engineer, so when I was in Prague a few years ago, and I appreciated also how they work. I learned a lot by speaking with Marek. So really, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for what you're doing. Hope to meet you in real life at a certain point.
Yes.
And have a great day, man.
All right.
Enjoy your
See
day.
you, Tony. Thank you.
Thank
See
you,
you.
Tony.
Bye, Tony.
Bye.
Oh shit!
No guest anymore. Oh
fuck.
my God.
Now it's my turn to carry the podcast. Hello.
Hello. So
What have you been doing today?
I don't know, man. I mean, life is good, busy, and you know, things are moving.
Can we tease 3.0? Can we give them a little what's been going on?
They ask us about it all the time.
Yeah.
I think by the time this podcast will go live, the blog posts will be live about that. So we should bam things into here. Not only tease, we'll just okay.
Yeah, everything.
3, 2, 1. Here is the slideshow of 3.0 things you will see.
Yeah.
Oops, this is fucking with me.
In the blog post. Okay, while it's running, we can. The demo, the demo is running. We can.
Fucking lovely.
Video, yeah.
Where's my copium?
A copium. Throw it away, man. Throw it away. Stop the copium madness, people.
No, we need it.
It's
not working.
Going to save you all.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I want this one. I want it.
You want some copium? Some Somnium copium? Have some cope. Oh.
Tell me the price.
Tell me the price. You'll never tell anyone.
I will make a hoodie, which will
like a little name badge.
I won't tell the price of VR1 logo.
Even better, you can have a little name badge of the price, numbers on it, and just don't mention it. Just like I've shown you the price. I've shown you the price.
Okay.
That really stinks. That's fucking awful. Get that off.
What is this, by the way? What kind of device?
It's a diffuser. It's got some honey stuff in it.
I get it. Okay. Funny stuff in it. Okay.
No, awesome. Honey.
Honey.
No funny stuff in England. It's illegal. Not allowed fun.
By the way, kids, behave, okay? If your kids are watching here.
No, be little shits. Defiance, all that is great. Until you get older, then regret all the things you've done.
What? How do you...
No, not...
Okay. I mean, look, if we're getting banned, then we're getting banned. Fuck it. It's okay. It's all right. Okay, man. I mean, do we want to discuss any other news? It was kind of a boring week, honestly.
There's not much new, is there?
Let me kind of summarize the week of VR in few sentences, okay? So what happened? Meta tries to copy Vision Pro.
Yeah.
With the render. Meta breaks the refresh circle of the Quest Meta Quest, so it's now lagging. Vario releases the XR4 with additional $1,000 Steam VR tracking plate. Very interesting.
Vive tracker, let's go. Yeah.
Then
can
self-track.
you buy me an XR4 and I'll see if a Vive tracker works on it.
Vario, hit me up. I wanna order.
Hit us up so we can disprove your £1,000 edition.
Can you send me your sales rep? And I want to order the XR4. I need to help
we had
with
Pico 4
configuration.
just going to town with artificially intelligent scripts, or new boy from the block or new
Pico
girl.
4 is absolutely blasting the ads, and I need to learn from that. Apple needs to learn from their marketing strategy. It's amazing. Like this kind of ads are genius.
I never fucking talk about ads. Why am I talking about it? Because it's batshit crazy. That's why.
Exactly. It's just like fucking crazy. Honestly, it's that bad that we are talking about it. That's exactly it. HTC launches inside-out trackers, which everybody were waiting for, but they don't work with Steam VR and only Vive Elite headsets. Okay,
yeah.
we're waiting for the the beta of that working with other headsets and with
and then
PCs,
and we go
maybe?
to what we do is with those self-tracking trackers, you get yourself a hotspot, right? You go to a real forest and then you walk in a virtual forest. And hopefully the trees,
3.0.
Line up.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You hope the trees line up. But the last news of the week,
What is it?
and
Tell
it's
me.
again about Meta. I'm sorry, Meta. I'm not hating on you, but
Why do we bash them?
I kind of am a little bit.
They deserve it, don't they? They're in the
Meta
spotlight, they
pauses
deserve it.
Quest 3 Elite battery strap sales amid widespread charging fault. Boom. Probably you should have just give it in the
A little
headset
bit more
directly
testing.
with the headset. You should have put that into the package and just
You
make
know
the
how-
headset with the strap. Come
You know
on.
how you're going to copy Apple? This is for Meta. You know how you're going to copy Apple? Copy Pico first, okay? Just take a little bit of their recipe, and you'll understand.
Yeah, start with the smaller guys and then go to the big boss, okay? Meta. You don't try to fight the big guy first.
Not
'cause
Meta,
they'll just-
Mark.
they'll
Listen to us.
Yeah, okay. We need to find. Okay, first of all, when you were saying this, we need some dramatic music. But also, when I'm saying finding the guy, we need to put a video of a cat. There's a hilarious video of two cats. So basically, there's one cat sitting on the couch and another one, and they are kind of arguing with each other. And then the smaller one, it has very short hands. And it tries to smash the bigger cat, and the bigger cat just puts their hand on their head like this, and just calm down.
So the small cat is Mark, yeah.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And the big one's
it's
Apple.
it's like Meta, and there's the big one is Apple. It's like calm
Enjoy.
down. Exactly, it's okay. Don't do it. Calm down. That's exactly it.
No effort required. Just go away.
Yes,
Oh,
man. I think it was a great episode. We're at episode 6, which is unbelievable. But that's great. We'll have even better guests in the. I mean, all the guests were amazing, but we'll try to come up with even
Especially me. Let's get Elon Musk in here. See what he's gonna build.
Elon Musk, but he's busy with Cybertruck.
Hey, he's not busy.
He's not busy.
He's all right.
He's not
Nah,
He's smoking weed with Joe Rogan.
he's
That's what he's doing.
he's fine. He's living the
And
dream.
shooting,
No,
and
I'm pretty sure.
shooting arrows at his Cybertruck. That's what
I'm pretty sure he's a busy boy. Does he sleep for 3 hours a night, and that's it?
He's a busy boy, but you know what I mean.
You know what it's like to be busy, don't you? Somnium Space VR1 Tesla
yeah.
suit.
And I'm looking at our episode 5 with the community. By the way, that was great. And the comment, okay, the second comment below the video.
What comes that? Let me have a look.
It's not about the price, thank God, but it's very close because great video, Artur. How do I find my reservation number?
You be in your emails.
Yeah, I know. We've just sent the first 100, but there's so many others that we will not send. Maybe one day, but right now we don't just send to everybody because it will take us quite a lot of time to send all those emails as well. Anyways, I think we need to wrap it up, sir.
Yep.
That will be a very efficient episode. We're very good. And thank you everybody for watching Pixel Slaves. And I guess we need to do some epic outro.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
You don't know what?
No, my
Okay,
brain's
wait,
blank.
I try something for the.
Where's
for
my
the team.
copium? I mean, I've got a bottle of mayonnaise here. I can do some fun stuff with that. Why are you spinning? I spin. I can't do that because I've not got. I'm old-fashioned. I'm analog. I've got a wire. If I spin, it's just gonna. No, it's not gonna work. I mean, I can launch a tennis ball. Go.
Oh. What the hell is this sound? Oh my god.
My valve index is down there.
Oh, now I'm spinning and I'm like, woo.
I think that just hit my index.
Okay, good luck.
Oh, rip index.
Rip
Thank
index.
you for watching.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll
Thank
see you
you,
again in
everybody.
the next one.
Next episode of what? What can we say?
Pixel Slave!